What's up, guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know I have been a ghost on here. Reason being is just when my life's in chaos, YouTube's not my top priority, but I do plan to make it one of my priorities in the future, so you can expect weekly uploads from here on out. Right now I'm 12 weeks out from a show, so I will be posting a lot of videos on that, and even after that I plan on just putting out as many educational, inspiring videos for you as possible. So, reason for this video is I've been getting lots of questions on how did you move to Australia? Like, what was the process? And I will touch base more so on that on a different video. I just don't want to jinx anything and say like, oh, here is how you become a citizen. You do this and this and this and this. And then 4 months from now I find out I got declined and I can't be a citizen. Then I feel like a fraud and I feel like I jinxed myself. So I will make a video more so on the how in the future. But then people have also been asking like, why did you guys move to Australia? What have you guys been doing for the month and a half we've been here? And what are our future plans? So I'm excited to touch base with you guys on that. Why we moved to Australia. So for those who don't know me, 2.5 years almost ago, I went backpacking in Australia and I met an amazing man named Christian. We have been dating ever since. We got engaged, happily engaged now. And anyways, so when I was in Australia, my visa was running out, so it was kind of either break up or him move to Canada. And so he moved to Canada with me, and when we were moving to Canada, we both knew it was very temporarily because this was our dream place to live. So why did we move to Australia? Because this is our dream place to live. Fitness industry is just growing here like crazy. And we love warm weather. We love going to the beach. It was just the feeling, and the people here are just so beautiful, and the place is beautiful, and there's just so much to do all year round. Whereas in Canada, where I'm from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, it just feels like I just automatically get depressed when it's winter, because it's not just -2 or something. It gets to like -50. That's pretty fucking insane. What country gets to -50? And in that weather, yeah, there's skidooing. My grandparents have like 10 skidoos. I love skidooing and I love skiing and I love skating. But when it's -50, I ain't doing any of those things. I don't know about you, but I'm inside wrapped up in a blanket watching a movie. And to be honest, that's what I'm doing 90% of the winter. So I just get super depressed. Whereas I love being here. I can, all year round, I can go out and do outside cardio. Like, can't do that in Canada. I'd slip on your ass and fall. So that is why we moved here. His whole family's here. And that's who we're currently with, who we're living with right now. So I'll kind of tell you the story. So on November 7th, we moved from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, where all my family is. It's where I was born. We moved there to Tasmania, which is where his family's from. So it's in Australia. It's a small island off the big island. And we're currently in a small town called Devonport. It's kind of similar if you're in Canada to like Martinsville, but it has more shops. The reason why we moved here is one, because Christian hasn't seen his family in 1 year and 8 months, so it was a long visit overdue. And then with my visa, I wasn't technically allowed to be able to work for 3 months. We got around that. How we got around that is we hired an immigration consultant, and once your application is lodged, you can start working. So my application is going to be lodged next week, so I can start working next week. So we thought I wasn't actually going to be able to work till like February. So now I can start applying for jobs in January as a personal trainer. So I'm super excited. So we got around that. There's a couple pros of actually getting and hiring an immigration consultant. One big one for us was that I could start working as soon as my application was lodged instead of waiting 3 months. The reason why I had to wait 3 months is because I came here on a visitor's visa, and that would run out in 3 months. So you can't have 2 visas running at the same time. So usually you would have to wait for the other one to run out, and then I'd be on a bridging visa, which is waiting for the government to say, okay, here's your residency, or no, you didn't get it, kind of thing. So you'd be allowed to work on your bridging visa once you got that, or after your visitor visa ended, but you wouldn't be able to before. So I was supposed to not be able to work till February, and now I can work next month. So excited. We bought a car this week. So that's kind of something we've been doing. We've been searching for a car to buy. So we finally bought one. It's just a cute little Honda just to get us to A and B. And then on the 26th of December, we are moving to the Gold Coast. So if you're in Canada, that's like moving from BC to PEI. So we didn't just move from Canada to Australia. Now we're moving from a small island all the way up the coast. So on the 26th, we're taking a ferry, which is going to be a 10-hour ferry ride. We leave the 26th at 9 p.m. and it's going to take 10 hours, so we won't get there till like 7, around there. Time we get off, probably at 8. Time we get off the ferry and stuff. And then he has a friend in Melbourne he hasn't seen. Christian has a friend in Melbourne he hasn't seen in a really long time, so we're either going to hang out with him for a little bit, and then we're going to drive up the coast all the way to Sydney. I'm going to make some YouTube videos on that, of us exploring the coast together. It's going to be so much fun. And when we get to the coast, we're going to look for a place to rent, which is also super exciting for us because we haven't actually lived together on our own yet. So when we were in Melbourne, I lived with him and his roommates. Then when we moved to Canada, I lived with him, my mom, and her partner, because we wanted to save on money to be able to eventually get here. And then now we're in Tasmania because that's where all his family is, and we're visiting, and we were getting my paperwork done, and we originally thought I wouldn't be able to work for 3 months, so we thought we'd move in with them for the meantime to save on rent, and he would get just a temporary job here, and then we'd move in the future. But now I can work sooner, so we're leaving. That's why we're leaving sooner. So now we're living with his family. Ugh, so crazy. My life is so crazy. So that's kind of what's going on. So why do we move to Australia? It's our dream place to live. What we've been doing immigration paperwork every day. It is not easy. That's why I'll make a YouTube video on it for anyone thinking about moving to Australia, because when I was looking, I was so stressed out and there was no videos on it. So if I can just help one person, so be it. What else have we been doing? We've been going to the beach every day. I want to go to the beach every day just because I can remember when I was in Canada thinking like, I would do anything to be on a beach right now. And I might not be living on a beach, but I'm like 5 minutes away from a beach, so I want to embrace and take in every moment of this life that I can. So we have been going for a swim or a walk or just a drive by the beach, in the water, in the ocean every day. We've been spending some time with his family. I am 12 weeks out from a show, like I said, so I'm prepping for that, so lots of gym. I've been reading, I've been working on some personal projects and some projects with Christian together, which is so exciting. And I've actually been like keeping in touch with my family a lot. So I've actually been like FaceTiming my mom like every single day, and we talk for like an hour. And that's kind of how I've been coping mentally. It has been a huge change, and the first week was awful. Like, I cried every single night. I cried myself to sleep. And Christian was right there rubbing my back and being understanding, and I'd just kind of be like, fuck off, you don't get it. Even though he lived in Canada, but this is permanent, you know? Like, when we lived in Canada, he knew there was an end eventually. There's no end to this. I'm never going to be able to just drive and see my grandparents. Like, I have to fly, and it takes 48 hours to get there. So mentally it's a huge change, but how I'm coping with that is I talked to someone else who lives really far away from their family, and they said, you know what, it's actually been the best thing for me, because before I would take for granted of spending time with my family. Now when I get to see them, it's all good quality time with them. And when I thought about it, it was like, yeah, like now that I'm here, I'm like, wow, I should have really appreciated my mom more. I should have spent more time with her. But I took it for granted because I was like, oh, I know I'm going to see her tomorrow, so meh, whatever. But now when she comes here, I'm going to embrace and take in every single second with her. Literally every single second with her. I'm going to like be all over her. She's going to hate me. She's going to be annoyed. But that's okay. No, she won't. She misses me so much. But quality is better than quantity, having lots of things. So that's how I am coping. I'm telling myself that, you know what, you're going to see your family eventually, and it's all going to work out, and you're going to have good quality time with them when you see them. You're gonna like love them 10 times more. And then so far I have already. And Christian actually told me before I moved here that every single year he would pay half to send a family member out. So either I would pay the other half or the family member would pay the other half to come out. So every single year I'm gonna have a family member come out. So that's gonna be a really special time. And then eventually my mom's actually gonna be moving here in like 5 years or so. So there's that too. So that's just a little life update. I don't want to make this video super long. You can expect a prep video from me next week. And then you can expect some videos of us moving up the coast together. But that's it from me from now. So bye, stay tuned.